Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Picks and Pucks with some more puck talk. This was kind of an unplanned video because I wasn't really expecting the Coyotes to get someone of the caliber of Michael Grabner, but here we are, and I am very excited for this. So let's get into it. Yes, we have signed Michael Grabner to a 3-year deal worth, I think, about, $10 million or so. Just a little bit over $10 million for the 3 years. I'm really excited about that. He was actually a player I really liked outside of the Coyotes for a while. He's not really necessarily the reason why I like number 40. That kind of goes back a little ways, but he was definitely someone I started to pay attention to because I like to see the number 40s around the league as a kid, and he was one of them. So, and the thing that kind of jumped out to me early on when I started watching him was his speed. I mean, he is so fast. His ability to just break away from the defenders is just unreal, and I think that's going to be such a nice touch to add to the Coyotes roster, as well as just to be exciting to watch, you know? So let's kind of get into it. Now, I only have 3 seasons up here. These were the seasons where he scored more than 20 goals. I may have missed 1 or 2. I apologize if I have, but so starting with this season here, the 2010-2011 season, that was his 2nd year in the league, I believe, and he put up 34 goals. That is incredible. I don't remember the last time the Coyotes have had 2 players in their lineup who have scored 30 goals in this league, and now we do in Galchenyuk and Grabner. I really don't remember. I don't even remember the last time we even really had one, other than maybe like Verbata, who did it with us. But it's incredible, and he did that as a 2nd-year player too, which makes it even more astounding to me. So then, between these 2 years, he kind of had a lot of down years, and I don't really know why. I don't know if it was because he was playing on not the right lines, or just maybe he was hurt. I don't really know, unfortunately, and if any like Islanders or Rangers fans are going to watch this, and maybe they can comment on this video on why. I would definitely like to know. But then here are the last 2 years, each of which he scored 27 goals, which is still pretty good. I mean, either of those years would have led the Coyotes, especially this year where we had Clayton Keller scoring, what do you do, like 23 goals, I think it was 24. He still would have led the team in goals, which is just amazing. So the next thing I wanted to talk about too was also his shooting percentage. This is the one thing I noticed a lot when I was looking through some of his stats. It seemed like he was above around like 12% almost in every single year, or in most of the years where he scored more than like 15 goals or so. I want to say the league average for like the team is around 10%, and players might be the same too. So around the same. So the fact that he's typically above average for shooting percentage, and this one in particular was in the top 20 this past year, that's incredible to me. I mean, shooting percentage is kind of tough to look at in this league because, you know, you take so many shots and it's so hard to score in this league. But to be in the top 20 for shooting percentage, you're doing something right. So let's kind of maybe dig into a little bit more of why, into the keys here that I have written down. So key number 1 is his speed. Like I kind of mentioned earlier, that's definitely the biggest part of his game. He can intercept a D-to-D pass and just zoom. He's gone. You cannot catch him. You can give him a pass along, the half wall from either the defense from the corner or wherever, really. He catches it and he goes. He's gone. You're not going to catch him. It's incredible. Like, there's not that many players these days that really can just turn on the speed jets like that. Yes, we have a lot of fast guys in the NHL, don't get me wrong, but there's not too many guys like that can just all of a sudden just turn it on and just go, and no defense is going to catch up to him. So that's definitely one way he beats goalies, is just by pure speed. You're going to come at a goalie that fast, and you can put the puck almost anywhere, and most likely you're going to score, which is a lot of the highlight reels that I've seen of him is how he's been scoring his goals. I'm sure he scores in various other ways too, but that's definitely one of the bigger ways. So I also want to touch on key number 2, which is the other side of his game, is his ability to play the penalty kill. Now, I didn't really know this about his game until Derek Stepan had his quote that he was one of, I think this was the quote, I don't really want to misquote this, but I believe Derek Stepan said that he's one of the best penalty killers that he has ever played with. And that's a really awesome statement for me to hear, because I was kind of worried about the lack of, I don't want to say lack of defense on the offensive side of the puck, but it felt like a lot of our top 9, as you can see here, were offensive forward players. And there's nothing wrong with that, but a lot of them, I don't want to say I'm questioning their defensive game, but they're so much more known for their offensive side that their defensive game is just kind of like average at best. So to hear that we're not just getting a guy who's got speed and can score, but he can also play defense and play the penalty kill, that's huge. That's definitely a John Chayka guy, someone who can touch all aspects of the game. So I can definitely see why Chayka really wanted him. So then we're going to now touch on the third key I have, which is the finish. And it's clear that he can do just that. He has been a 30-goal scorer. He can definitely easily be a 25-plus goal scorer in this league. And there's no reason to think he can't do that again, especially if you give him a shot to play with a guy like Keller or a passer like Strome. You could really play him almost anywhere in this lineup, I think, and he could be fine. So I think it's really going to work out. Just look at this top 9. Yes, he's not being brought in to be like the savior of the team, like John Chayka said, in which I very much agree. He's not coming in to be the savior. Neither is Galchenyuk, which, on the outside of it, you might think, yeah, he's kind of coming in to be this number 1 center, this number 1 guy, but not necessarily. Neither is Grabner, and that's totally okay. He just needs to fit into this top 9. He needs to score his goals that we know he can. He needs to play a speed game, and he needs to defend well, and he's going to do just fine. I really think he fits in very well with this top 9. I think our top 9 now looks really, really good now. I'm very much excited to see them starting to get going. And really, you can have these guys almost anywhere you want. Obviously, you want to keep these guys down the middle. You can put Strome in down the middle if you want. That's fine too. I kind of want him to be on the wing, but that's just kind of my opinion there. So I'm liking it. I'm genuinely liking it. Maybe I am slightly biased too with me liking Grabner as much as I do, but I really do believe that this is a good top 9. And again, I'm not going to expect playoffs. I don't really know if any one of us should yet still, with these guys being so young, especially with guys like Perlini and Fisher and Strome still kind of finding their way. If those guys can step up and Fisher can be a 20-goal scorer, if Perlini can be a 20-goal scorer, if Strome can get 50 points, there's no reason this team can't be a playoff team. But, if they fall a little short of that, but still do okay, then they might end up being a bubble team. So I'm still not expecting playoffs, but I'm expecting good things from this team going forward, without a doubt. So, I think we're just going to keep this one nice and short since it was kind of unplanned, really just talking about one player here. So if you like this video, give it a like. If you like what I'm doing here, then please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate everyone who's been watching my videos and subscribing to me. It means really so much to me. I really appreciate it. This is just, I'm just doing this because I love to talk about hockey. And I do promise out there, the people, if there are anyone that are wondering, I will do some music videos, I promise. That's why this is called Picks and Pucks. This is Puck Talk. Eventually I'm going to do some pick talk, which, guitar picks, yeah. So, I guess that'll end it. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you again soon, and let's go Coyotes.